Hey guys, it's your girl Jay here. This is my first YouTube video, so bear with me, girl. Today I will be showing you how to build your glutes in the gym, so if you're interested, stay tuned. I'm going to start off with a few glute activation exercises before I actually dive into my workout, simply because when you activate your glutes beforehand, you're telling your body that this is the muscle that it's going to work and the other muscles are not going to take over. Now, I've added a resistance band simply because resistance training increases muscle strength by making your muscles work against like a force or even a weight. So this actually kicks it up a notch when activating your glutes. So I started off with the hip abductors and I did 25 of those. And then also, so I'm just going to show you how I put the band on. So you want to make sure that the band is a little above your knees to give this an effective exercise. The next glute activation exercise will be glute bridges. I will be doing 2 sets of 20. So I will be doing this 20 times. So it is important here that you thrust up with your hips and distributing that weight in your heel. So your toes should come up just a little bit and you should be pushing up with your hips, as you can see here. And you want to make sure, like, when you're doing that, you're squeezing your glutes as you're going up, as you're thrusting up, and you should definitely feel a burn. All right, moving on to our third glute activation exercise, which is sumo squats. Now, the difference between sumo and just squats is your foot placement. Now, with sumo, your foot would be placed slightly outward, and then you're just going down like you're squatting. And you should be squeezing as you go up. You should definitely feel the burn after these glute activation exercises. So I will be doing 2 sets of 20 of these. And I just like to get my glutes going and get it fired up for the exercise. If you skip the glute activation exercise, y'all, I'm telling you, your glutes will be activated by the end of your workout if you skip this. I promise you. I've done it before, and you get faster results this way. All right, so now we're moving on to the actual workout. This is one of my favorite glute exercises, which is the hip abductors. Now, in our glute activation exercise, we did in fact do this same exact movement, but now we're on a machine. So I do this a little differently. I like to do the first set that I do, I like to do 10 reps. And then the second one, I like to do 8 reps. And then the third one, I like to do 6 reps. Each time that I decrease the reps, I am increasing the weight. And this makes your muscles build so much faster as well, because over time, you're progressing. So it's called a progressive overload. Each time you're adding more weight after each set that you do. Y'all, I was so tired. This was my last set, so I was pretty exhausted. But girl, it is okay. It's okay to struggle. Just get through your workout. Just push yourself. You got this. Look, behind this body is pain, okay? I did not want to do this last set, but I had to push through it because I know where I want to be. I know where I want to get with my body and what my goals are. So I'm just going to push through it and just let you guys enjoy it. However, I do want to add that as you're doing this, make sure you're exploding out and then coming back in. As you can see, I will be doing that and then slowly coming back in, out, and then coming back in. Sis, I am done. I am tired. Get me off of this machine. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't want. So I know that I did say that that was my last set. However, I like to go back and do this 10 more times, but on a light weight, just because. I know it sounds weird, but I just like to give my glutes an extra push. Look at those glutes, girl. Now the next exercise I'll be doing would be the seated leg press. So I know that some people might think that this only works your legs, but actually it works your glutes also. So it's all in your foot placement though. So when I step on there, when I put my feet on there, I like to put my foot just a little higher, because I need you to know that the higher you place your feet, the higher up it'll work your muscles, if that makes sense. So if I was to put my feet in the middle, it'll work mainly my quads, which is my thighs. But if I move my feet up more, the further up it'll work the muscle. And so keep in mind when doing this that the weight should still be distributed in your heel. So a lot of times when we do lower body workouts, mainly all of the lower body workouts, the weight should be distributed in your heel, simply because we are working our back side. So it only makes sense to distribute that weight in your heel so we can target the back side. So I'm just going to go in and just show you another set of leg press. And then also I do want to add that you shouldn't necessarily lock your knees. I know it probably looks like I am, but I'm not. Also make sure you're breathing. I know a lot of times when we're exercising, we forget to breathe. I know that sounds crazy, but even when I used to start working out, I used to forget to just inhale and exhale after every rep. And it's still hard sometimes now too, but practicing on your breathing while you're working out, practicing it effectively will be the key here. So the next exercise we're going to dive into would be the Bulgarian split squats. I don't really like these too much, but they're definitely a killer, okay? So this will definitely work on your glutes. I do want to add that the gym was so packed, I couldn't even get the weights that I wanted to get. I wanted to be on a machine and couldn't, so I had to improvise. I didn't even have a bench. So as you can see, my foot is not on a bench. I actually don't know what that is. I know you can probably step up on it or something, but it was actually hurting my foot. So you would see me move my foot a lot, and I did not like that. But I knew that I had to get this workout in. So you're going to see me going to get a mat and try to make my own bench, because although some stuff, I do want to say that although some stuff isn't available to you in the gym, you still should want to improvise instead of just not do the workout at all. At least that's how I think. I still would want to get that workout in. So that's what I do. So in order to keep the mat from slipping, I would have to put something down. So I decided to put a kettlebell there just to keep it in place for the time being for my workout. Now, as I said before, I wasn't able to get the weight that I wanted, but I still decided to do the workout anyway. But I'm going to show you a different view just so you can see how to do this workout. So you're going to place your foot on the bench, and the further out you step would then target your glutes. So if you're closer to the bench, you'll be focusing on your quads, which is your thighs. But if you step out further, you'll be focusing on your glutes. And also, as you can see, I am kind of leaning forward. That makes a difference too. If you're just straight up, you'll be focusing on your quads as well. So that is key here. So you're just going to put your foot on the bench. And then also, it was still slipping. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, but I still decided to just keep going with the workout. There wasn't much cushion there, so it did still hurt my foot a little bit. But I just decided to just keep going. And that's what you should do too. So if you find yourself in a position like me where you're limited on things because the gym is so packed, try to find ways to make it happen, because at the end of the day, we want to get the results we want to get. So whether we're at home or at the gym, we will find a way. So the next exercise we'll be doing would be the deadlift. So I do this 4 times and I do 12 reps. So deadlifts, at first when I used to do deadlifts, they used to feel so weird to me, but once I figured out how to actually do it, it became so much easier. So what you should focus on here would be to just sit back, but not like a squat. You should just push your butt just back. And then with the bar, or whether you have a bar or you can have dumbbells, you would want to place the bar or the dumbbell closest to your shins at the bottom, closest to your legs, and then come back up and squeeze your glutes. Also, when I do this, I don't even touch the ground with this. I almost touch the ground, maybe about an inch or two just above the ground, but I don't touch it. Yes, this is my favorite, y'all. This changed my life forever. Hip thrust is definitely the go-to. So before I actually do my hip thrust, I like to test it out to see if I'm comfortable where I'm at, and if I'm not, I'll just adjust it. So as you can see, I will be just pushing the bench back some, so I can be a little comfortable, because it was uncomfortable for me. And I think that when you do yours, you should do the exact same. You shouldn't just go ahead and put the weight on there and then start thrusting. You should actually do it without any weight and see if you're comfortable, and then do it that way. So I like to do hip thrusts. I like to do at least 10 hip thrusts before I actually do it with weight, just to see if it's comfortable too, and then just to give it a kickstart. I was so lucky to be able to get on the machine. This was my last exercise I had to do, and thankfully somebody was just getting finished and I was able to get on here. Forgive me, I know that this isn't the best view, but this is the best that I could do in order to show you guys how to actually do the thrust. So I like to still distribute that weight in my heel, like I said before, and squeeze my glutes as I go up. And you want to push your hips, you want to thrust your hips forward. And also, if you can see that my head placement, I'm not throwing my head back as I go up. I'm actually putting it down to my chest area. That's the key to here. And I just do 4 sets of 10 of these. If you made it to the end of this video, I would love if you comment, give me some tips, advice, and even give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you so much, guys.